I look like a real hermit. All I need is a lantern and I'll be good to go. What is up, you guys? Welcome back to Kenny Tarot YouTube channel. First of all, let me just say, after reopening personal readings last week, the response has been crazy, and I'm so grateful. Thank you guys for all you guys who have already, booked a private reading. I am getting through all of them and I'm enjoying the process. So thank you guys so much. And I would even say, if you are even considering on getting a private reading, I definitely suggest that you do so, because if it gets to a point where there's like a lot and the inbox is piling up, I will definitely go on a little bit of a hiatus when it comes to private readings. But that won't be for a while, I don't think. But either way, I'm so thankful for all of you guys who have shown support in any way that you can, and also donations as well. You guys are just, I don't know what I did to deserve y'all, but I'm so grateful. Thank you guys so much. Anyways, today's video topic is something that I felt like you guys needed to hear, and I think Spirit agreed. The topic is titled, "Who is grateful for the impact that you had on them?" Now, the purpose of this reading is to really highlight, an example of why, you're so important, pretty much. And I feel like a lot of times, especially when we go through our own lives and our own journeys, we tend to forget how instrumental we can be in other people's lives. So hopefully you guys will take this reading and enjoy it and remember just how special you are. Also, this is going to highlight, a specific person that is feeling grateful for you, obviously. And needless to say, we'll also be talking about why you, or what type of impact that you've made on them and why they're so grateful. And obviously we're talking about a positive impact. So I hope that you guys are excited, because I am. Let's get to it. We have 4 piles as usual. We have the clear quartz. We also have the green aventurine. We also have the solid delights, as well as the black tourmaline stone. So with that being said, you guys, please choose with your gut and now with your eyes, and I will catch you at your reading. What is it? Pile number 1. This is for those who picked the clear quartz crystal. We're about to find out who's grateful for the impact you've had on them. The cards that they gave us are the 8 of Pentacles in reverse. We also have the 6 of Swords in reverse. We also have the Queen of Pentacles, also in reverse. We also have the 4 of Wands. We also have the Raven. We have number 8, Manifestation. We have Perseverance. I love that. I love how this card in the backdrop coincides. Like, love that. We also have Uncovering Treasure. And this card that we'll get into later. All right, so first of all, let's just get into the synopsis, the summary, or the intro before we get into this reading. This is someone who, it feels like it could be someone that you're no longer speaking to or haven't spoke to in a very long time, or maybe they're in the past. For some of you guys, this is an ex. Doesn't have to be. This could be an ex-friend of yours. For some of you guys, this could be even like a mother figure. For others of you guys, this could be someone that you used to work with. This could be it almost feels like for a lot of you guys, this is someone who you, it's not to say that we left on bad terms. It was more so like, I've kind of, I almost feel like a lot of you guys have kind of upgraded, maybe energetically, which is why this naturally came to an end for wherever this person is. But however, the impact that she made is still everlasting. And so that's the biggest thing. But once again, I do feel like for some of you guys, this could be like a mother figure. And the impact that you've made seems to be that of a financial kind. So I'm not sure if you actually helped them financially, which could be the case, but I feel like for the most part, it's you guys provided them the inspiration and the encouragement to really showcase their fullest potential. I think they have a specific talent or a specific, skill that you kind of encourage them, like, yo, you can actually do this. Like, you are actually talented at this. Like, there's no one doing it like you. So you should actually pursue this, because this is what they were lacking. They were lacking the courage to do so. And I think maybe there still is moments in this person's life where they're not as confident as they want to be, but they still remember what you told them. They still remember how you make them feel, and that's something that they hold dear. It kind of feels like whatever this person is pursuing could be like a creative endeavor, but they seem to be wanting to establish stability. And maybe when you were in contact with them, that's what it feels like. I feel like most people have yet to, or maybe this is someone from the past, but it doesn't have to be. This could be someone that you currently know. But it seems as though this is someone who wasn't necessarily as financially stable as they would want to be. And that's something that they were working on, or that's the biggest thing that they were working on. And there still are. But the impact that you've made definitely is helping them keep going. So let's begin. We have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. So I just feel like this is someone who's definitely talented. There's a specific talent or trait that they have. I do feel like it's something to do with the arts. Doesn't have to be, but this is something that you noticed, and you were like, why aren't you? It's almost like, why aren't you doing this full time? Like, why aren't you, monetizing this? Like, because you saw the potential in this person that they didn't even see in themselves. And so I almost feel like for a lot of you guys, this could be someone who was at a particular job that was maybe a little bit more traditional, but you knew that their heart was calling for something else. And it seems like, once again, it could be a creative endeavor. It could also be entrepreneurship in some way, shape, or form. This person could be even somewhat of a great leader, but not even know that they are. But yeah, this is something they're on, I guess, on the precipice of making somewhat of a breakthrough when it comes to their own career. And no matter how small or how big of influence that you think you may have had on this person, it was monumental for them. They're showing me the image of the Tower card, so I'm inclined to say, yeah, they were definitely maybe at rock bottom at one point in their life, and you were witnessing that. And you really were like a beacon of light in the midst of all the chaos. And I think this person could have even lost a job, or they have suffered a great financial loss, and you were like, this is not the end of the world. Like, you should utilize that talent, that skill of yours to do something better. Like, I can see you guys even being like, yo, you're better than that job that let go of you. Like, this was for a good reason. Maybe you are very spiritual, and maybe this person has somewhat of a hint of spirituality, but I feel like a lot of what you were saying, in essence, was very spiritual, even if that wasn't necessarily the point. We also have Six of Swords in reverse. Yeah, this person, it's struggling on how to move on, because once again, there's a part of his life that is trying to end, and this is for a higher reason, a bigger reason. Like, it was meant to end, but it's hard for this person to really see it that way. And I think that's something that you are, or at least you did, help them, or you are helping them see. For a lot of it, this could even be someone who is like someone who maybe when you were down and when you were down and out or on rock bottom, this is someone who helped you. And so this is kind of like you returning the favor as well. Or this could just be someone who maybe raised you, or someone who was someone of like a big brother or sister to you. And you kind of feel like, yo, I owe it to this person to really help them just as much as they helped me. Yeah, they're definitely stuck on what has already ended, stuck on what has already been completed, and they're really trying to discover life differently now, or to really adapt to this new life that's really trying to emerge. Because what's going to happen, and I think this person really just needs to see this person. I mean, there's hints of spirituality with this person, but I don't think they're really fully developed in that. Because this is a lesson that they're currently learning, and they're having a hard time learning it. And the lesson is that if something's going to end, then let it end, because it's making room for something better. And this, I kind of feel like this person is more so of a physical person, see it to believe it type of person. And it's like, if it's not actually making money, then why am I doing it? And that's the mentality that we're trying to, or at least Spirit is trying to help them change. Because it's not about whether or not it's not making money now, because the point is, you follow your heart and money will follow as well. So money is such a natural, like money, abundance, and success, financial stability, that's a natural byproduct of you following your heart. And this is something that they need to learn. And I think that that's at least a part of what you are showing them, or the part of the impact that you've had. We have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So once again, yes, money, stability, physical prosperity is what this person is trying to bring into their life. And once again, it feels like a creative project. It feels like a creative endeavor. I think this person maybe have suffered a job loss of some sort, or just since they showed me the image of the Tower card, it could even be bankruptcy. And the path that's opening up for this person is, I feel, entrepreneurship for the most part. And it's a path that would lead them to success, but they can't see it, obviously, because when it comes to entrepreneurship, it's like one of those things where it's really a journey. It's a journey. And yes, sometimes people are overnight success, but that's not the story for everyone. So, but I do see that the path that's opening up for this person is entrepreneurship, and I feel like that's essentially what you are inspiring to them. Maybe you are also doing something that's entrepreneurship based, or you literally followed your dreams versus maybe doing something that was expected of you. And that's making it, it's inspiration. This person is trying to look to you, or at least it's remembering you, and maybe you are just doing it, living by example. But it's reigniting that passion little by little within them. The next card that we have is Four of Wands. This is foundations and achievements. This is, it's all about feeling comfortable, feeling like I'm on stable ground, because they're making me feel like everything crumbled for this person, and not even at least that's how they feel to them, everything crumbled. And by everything, I really just mean like their finances and their jobs and whatever they were doing previously as a source of to get a source of income. That's what crumbled. But as we all know, or most of us know, that when something crumbles, it just creates a better foundation for something greater to be built upon, more stable. I feel like what ended in this person's life was maybe a career goal that wasn't necessarily, this person's heart wasn't invested. It had nothing to do with their passions or their desires as far as their wants and their interests. And essentially, they weren't really happy. And I almost feel like this person was inadvertently calling for a change, and that's what happened. Like, this is when I say inadvertently, I mean like this is someone who probably wakes up like, I do not want to go to work today. I hate work. Like, I hate my job, but I gotta do it because I need my bills to be paid. And what that's going to send energetically is a request to change, and that's essentially what happened. And they can't see it that way, but they will. For some of you guys, this could be someone who even lost their house or home. This could be someone that you helped financially, or maybe even helped giving them a place to stay. And it makes me say, even if they never told you this, they're grateful and they thank you. And I almost feel like, they're even too embarrassed to even say this as well. But they really did appreciate your help and your influence. We also have the Raven. This is number 10. Cycles ending, new beginnings. This is also a part of this person's spiritual development as well. This is, I hate to say it, but this is sometimes what happens. Sometimes we go through like maybe really intense experiences, and what's also going to happen is that we're going to be a lot closer to source, begin to see, the world in a more elevated perspective, and that's what essentially is also happening as well. And maybe this is something that you also let them know, because I get the sense that you're definitely more spiritually developed than this person. And I think you may not say like, oh, well, it's because the universe is trying to teach you this. You may not say those exact words, but I feel like how you say it is something that they can understand on a level that they can understand, or maybe you could just be living the example of what they're trying to achieve. This person also definitely feels like you meeting them wasn't by coincidence. They do feel like it was fated. We have number 8, manifestation. Yeah, this person, the thing is, this person is meant, they're showing me the 8, which is also the infinity symbol, but also the sign of abundance. This person is meant to be very successful in this life. But this is just the rough patch. This is just the hump that this person just has to get over. And once again, the universe is trying to show them a more different path that's a little bit more, not a little bit, but a lot more enjoyable, and that will eventually give them the financial stability that they want. And it would have been even more of the financial stability than whatever they were doing before. They have a lot of financial based dreams and goals. They may even have like, I want to have this so amount in my account. And that's really what the universe is trying to help them be aligned to. But their whole energy is still in the process of growth and aligning to that. But it's already ordained for them that they will be abundant in this lifetime. It's just a matter of you gotta kind of already be in the energy of abundance in order to receive it in the 3D. So, yeah. And I think you are also influencing them to really believe in magic, believe in like things, miracles can happen, and essentially have trust in the universe. Because this person definitely feels stuck. This person feels as though they can't take any actionable steps into attaining this, and they actually could. And one of the steps for sure is to really commit to a specific talent that they have or a specific skill that they have that they don't necessarily find to be something that could be lucrative. You know what I mean? It doesn't actually have to be an actual product. It could even be a service that they provide, and it actually is lucrative, but they don't see it that way, and that's something that they are trying to learn. Perseverance. They're definitely strong. And I think, once again, you've helped them become that strong. I almost see like a lot of you guys encouraging, no, you keep going. Like, don't just stop here. Like, this is actually good for you. This didn't happen to you, it happened for you. Like, use this talent, use this potential, use all of this in order to create a new career for yourself. Like, that's what I'm feeling. This is definitely a talent or skill that they've either had or maybe took notice as maybe like a kid, like a child. And once again, it's, when we're kids, we have that wonder, that beautiful wonder in which we feel like anything can happen. That's why when people be like, yo, what do you want to be when you grow up? People say, the kids say the wildest thing, like, oh, I want to be an astronaut. I want to be the president. And although, there's a likelihood that that may not happen, that's not the point. The point is they believe that it can happen. And it's about regaining that type of wonder and really staying within that energy and pursuing their own endeavor. Because society, that's what happens when you grow and you embed yourself into society. You begin to adopt a lot of things that make you forget that childlike wonder that you don't, like, you think more in a practical sense, which is not a problem, but we still got to keep, a little bit of that magic alive with our beliefs, with our faith. Yeah. Next card that we have is Uncovering Treasure. The card says, beneath the surface lies great bounty. Yeah. So, yeah, it's definitely an opportunity that's been around them for a very long time. I think even with that last opportunity, and I think this is probably what you showed them, like, yo, you should be doing this as a career. Like, I think you've probably been saying that for a very long time. And they were like, nah. Or maybe like, thank you, but no. And I think during this time, they're starting to see and starting to remember what you've said. Like, yo, they said that I should actually pursue this as a career. So I'm going to do it, or at least try to do it. And once again, they don't see the full potential. They don't see the bigger picture at the very moment. And maybe that's something that they will have to see in 3D in order to believe it, but it's there. This person, very powerful manifester. Very powerful manifester. They don't know it though. They don't know it. And I think the reason why they don't know it is because a lot of what they're manifesting is money-based and career-based, which is absolutely fine, but they just don't see it. But the 3D. The 3D is for physical abundance, physical material. It's always the slowest moving energy. So naturally, it's going to take a little bit more time. And I feel like this person, it has bigger dreams that will also take a little bit more time. But there definitely is gold to be found, abundance, money to be made. And they have everything that they need as far as their tools and skills. And I think that's something that you've inspired them to really pursue full time. The last card that we have is, we have Stork, news of birth or new business opportunity. Yeah, this is like, once again, entrepreneurship. You've inspired this person to really be an entrepreneur of some sort. And if not an entrepreneur, it's definitely pursuing a traditional career that is more aligned to what they love and what they're actually good at. Because maybe their previous job, they were actually good at it, but did you actually love what you were doing? And that's what we're trying to shift. This person has grown past the age of working just because, or working because I have to. And the universe is trying to shift them to where we're working because I love to do what I do. And I love doing what I do, whatever the case may be for this person. And as a natural byproduct, because I love what I do, money is coming in and I don't necessarily have to worry. I feel comfortable. And that's where we're trying to shift. And I think your influence, your impact is helping them come to this enlightenment. Pile number 1. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for being, you like I said, you may have not done it in a way where, I'm going to be a vessel of the universe and show them the way. Like, I don't think it was that, intentional, but that's essentially what you did. And the universe is very proud about you. And thank you for doing this, and thank you for doing your part in sharing or making this world a little bit more lighter, a little more brighter. So with that being said, pile number 1, I hope that you enjoyed this. If you feel so inclined, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. But other than that, I will catch you next time. What is up, pile number 2? This is for those who picked the green adventuring stone. We're about to find out who's grateful for the impact that you've had on them. The cards that they gave us are, we have the Knight of Swords in reverse. We also have the Two of Wands in reverse. We have the Six of Wands in reverse. More wands, we have Eight of Wands. We have Partnership. We have Love. We have Imagination. We have Distant Thunder. And this card that we'll get into later. So, pile number 2, I feel like I'm going to read this. Well, I feel like there's 2 groups of people who are watching this. This is someone who this is romance. It's a romantic connection with this person, absolutely. But this is either an ex or someone who is currently surrounding you, and you could already be in a relationship with this person, or this is where it's leading up to. So it's those two scenarios. So one scenario is an ex. The other scenario is someone that you're currently dating or someone that you're about to make it official with. You know, this person, it was like before you, they never knew what love was. Like before you, that's the biggest impact. This was definitely someone who was afraid of commitment before. Never thought they would be, you know, enthralled in the way that they were or are. Never once believed that, because I almost felt like they treated relationships and connections like throwaways, or maybe sometimes they would even ghost people a lot, or run, or just anytime a certain situation got even close to becoming more committal, this person ran. Yeah. I think the biggest group though is the people who identify with an ex, because this is someone who keeps saying they're talking. They're like they keep saying, "Yo, I should have treated you better. I should have treated you better. I should have treated you better." And maybe this is something that they once did. Like, you know, sometimes when you guys are trying to get to know each other, they're showing me this. Like people would, there's like this meme going around a lot of times where people would put like a picture of a villain, like the Joker. Let's just say the Joker, and then the caption would be like, "I can change him." Like basically, you know, if we get in a relationship, he'll change for me. But essentially, that's what I feel like what happened. I feel like this person was definitely not maybe the best person, and maybe didn't treat you the best in the beginning. But they see how wrong that was. They definitely come to terms with their mistakes, and they're really trying to, in their own way, really trying to amend. I almost feel like for some of you guys, if this is an ex, they're definitely going to contact you back. However, the purpose isn't to get back together. The purpose is to really apologize and really have some type of closure, and to really leave on better terms. And if there is room to, if that's what you want to do, to get back into the situation, then that's totally up to you. But I don't feel like this person is reconnecting back to do that. But for others of you guys who are currently in a relationship, or this is someone who feels like you're about to be in a relationship with, it was a long journey for them, and it was very unexpected. They're saying that they would even get to a point where they're actually in love, and they're saying treat someone like, or value someone more than themselves or anyone else. Let's begin. We have the Knight of Swords in reverse. So we have a runner. We have a track star. Yeah, it's commitment for them. It's the whole becoming a spouse, a family. Like, if that, this is the type of person that used to, when they see that, they run. When they see things are going to, like, I think maybe this is someone who maybe even started off as a physical connection, and I think there was a point in time where we were hanging out outside of the bedroom. We were, you know, calling in to check on each other, and that scared the hell out of this person. They felt that when they got to that point, it was too quick, too sudden. Yeah. Two of Wands. This is someone who really felt like they lost they lost when it came to you. At the very, and if this is someone that you're currently with, this is someone who felt like, yo, I should have known better earlier on, not just now, but I should have known better earlier on. This is someone who's also saying that it's like now they see. They put you on such a high pedestal, and I'm not sure if you felt that, but this is something that they now do. Like they're now attributing you as the cause of why they now view relationship better in a more positive light, and they now look forward to one day settling down and having a family with someone that they actually truly love. They give you that credit. I'm also getting that if this is someone in the past, this is someone who they felt like you were definitely invested in. You saw them as a potential spouse, as a potential parent to co-parent to your future children. And I think if that conversation was ever brought up, that this is definitely something that they never really responded kindly to. But now they do. Yeah. They're playing that song, Janet Jackson, Got Till It's Gone. Oh no, seems to go when you don't know what you got until it's gone. That's how this person feels. And it was a lesson for this person to learn. And I mean, maybe it's a shame that they have to learn it after the fact, but the point is they did, which is what matters the most. It's like you saw a future with this person, they didn't, but they're saying like, now I do. But once again, I don't necessarily feel like this person, if this is an ex, coming back to even though they're new and improved, but still I don't feel like the purpose of them reconnecting is to get back together, but it's more so like, I just want to let you know, blah, blah, blah. This, I see where I was wrong, blah, blah, blah. I apologize. If you can forgive me, perfect. I see that's being the purpose. Six of Wands in reverse. Once again, they didn't know what they had. And for those of you guys who are currently in a relationship or currently about to be in a relationship, they didn't know what they had, the opportunity that they had, and the type of love that they had, and the type of person you were. They didn't realize that at the very beginning. But they do now. There's definitely a huge feeling of regret, huge feeling of feeling like a failure, huge feeling of like, yo, I had the grand prize and I just let it slip by. And maybe you don't know this or they don't know this, but this was definitely a part of a soul lesson. There's something within their soul's DNA that attributed to this as well, attributed to that flight, that running reaction when it comes to commitment as well. And maybe there's something in the direct past that could have also attributed to that. We have number 8. This is the 8 of Wands. This is accelerated motion. The 8 of Wands also indicates communication. So once again, this is they definitely became a better communicator because of you, and to really tell people exactly how they feel. Also, this is also indicating that for those of you guys who are resonating with the X message, there definitely is going to be some type of communication with them very soon. And as I stated before, the purpose is to really make amends. And for those of you guys who are in a relationship or are about to be in a relationship, things are about to heat up even more. Very quickly. Because now they see you are the one. Whether or not that you're the one, they feel like you're the one that they need to be with at this very moment, or they want to be with at this very moment. Yeah, it was all about perspective. They had a whole different idea of what love was, and what relationships was, and what connection was, and their purpose and their importance. And that's just what it is. This is real growth, real spiritual growth, real maturity that's happening. Partnership, number 32. Yeah. And what's happening now, and what's the beautiful, I mean, maybe this is not going to be something that you get to enjoy about them, is that they're going to be a completely different boyfriend or girlfriend or person to be with when it comes to relationships. I think even if you are not necessarily interested in getting back with this person, if this is an ex, you'll still be able to notice there's a lot of change that has occurred. And for others of you guys who are in a relationship or are about to be in this relationship, this person is now a better version of themselves, to where if you guys would have gotten to a relationship earlier than this, like when they were in the midst of really just like not seeing anything clearly when it comes to love and just connections, it may have not worked out, you know? And I feel like maybe it was still a struggle for those of you guys who are currently in this relationship. But I want to see that you guys are going to go up and up and up. You know, I always like to say this message, like, you guys are not rehab centers. You know, you guys don't deserve to really be emotionally invested into a project or somebody who I would refer to as a project. But I mean, essentially that's kind of what happened. And I'm not sure if that's how you thought. I don't think that you thought it that way. But yeah, I almost feel like a lot of you guys rehab this person and back into a very loving person. Yeah. There's going to be for those of you guys who are in a relationship, there's going to be a significant change, a significant positive change in your own partnership. So for a lot of you guys, that does mean marriage, that does mean children. A significant change, but this is a positive change. It's going to be a direct result of this new upgrade in love. And I almost feel like for a lot of you guys, this X energy is, I feel like the next relationship is going to end with marriage and kids. And that's because of you. Love. The highest form of energy. The highest vibration. They understand that now. This is probably the best lesson that you could have taught them, whether you intentionally taught them that, or maybe just you leaving them taught them that, but they learned it. And they're so grateful. They keep wanting to apologize to you. And I think it's something that I do feel like that's something that they're going to verbally say to you. But they're saying it now. Their higher self is saying it now. Yeah. This could also be people who maybe grew up in a home in which they've always felt abandoned or they always felt neglected. And before they can give people the chance to do that to them, they will rather do it themselves and abandon you or neglect you. But they've learned how unhealthy that was. So they're referring to you also. Okay, let me continue. This person has a lot to say, and then, like I said, they're going to express this, verbally express this to you in person or over the phone or by email or by DM. They're definitely going to make some type of communication. Now, we also have imagination. And the card says, I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. So one thing I'm getting for sure with this card is that they're constantly thinking about you. They constantly refer back to you. Even if you feel like this is someone that you maybe just met over on Tinder and nothing came of it, they constantly think about you. Like I'm getting a sense that for some of you guys, it could be maybe insignificant in your mind, but it was actually very huge. I remember I watched this story where, not watched this story, but I think I saw it on Twitter or something, in which I think it was a couple, and it was a heterosexual couple, and the woman caught her dude cheating, right? And when she caught him, she didn't make a noise. She just saw them. She saw him with another person in their bed, and she didn't make a noise. So the person they didn't even notice that she was there. And so what she did immediately was she pretty much like changed her number, changed her info, moved out, or at least moved locations. I don't think they were living together. And she pretty much ghosted this boyfriend of hers. And that boyfriend had no clue as to why or what happened, but she just did. And I love that story because she didn't give him the satisfaction to let them know, like, yo, I caught you. Like, I don't know if that was his point, but the point is, she washed her hands and didn't think nothing of it. She decided that her life was going to change right there, and it was not going to include him. My point is, some of you guys may have left this person's life due to how they were acting, and the impact, the lasting impression that you left on this person is monumental. You probably didn't think it would be, but it actually was, and it actually is. For those of you guys who are in a relationship, I kind of feel like this is someone who it was just a journey. It was hard. It was like a long ways to get to the point that where we are now, which is absolute love. But with the imagination card as well, it's like they envision life more positively, especially in the realms of love. But also they're showing you as the Queen of Cups. It doesn't matter what gender you are. The Queen of Cups is the most beautiful. Besides the Empress, I would say the Queen of Cups is the most physically beautiful and also internally beautiful on a soul level. And they're also saying that you kind of always, like, you could see right through them. They also feel like you are somebody that they dream about and they think about. And you are kind of the ideal image of love. That is beautiful. I'm sorry. That's beautiful. The way that they poetically said that was beautiful. This person definitely changed, though. And I think it's definitely needs to be said that if this person is an ex and they're coming back just to reconcile, not to get back together, but to at the very least have a conversation. And I think you will. I don't think this needs to be said, but you definitely will have compassion and understanding. And this person's saying like you've always been that way, though. You've always been that way. Next card that we have is Distant Thunder. Clear the air. Yeah, this person really wants to apologize for how they've been in the past. This person also is going to acknowledge, or at least really verbally state, like you've changed me for the better, especially when it comes to love. This person's heart chakra is absolutely open, and it wasn't before. It's like a tower moment, but it's a tower moment that happens on the inside. Their whole, like everything that they once believed and stood by came crumbling down after you, as they should crumble down. But I definitely feel like there's going to be some type of communication to really, like the card says, clear the air. And this is, once again, to really make amends. This person feels like they owe it to you to really give you this. The last card that we have is Seahorse, Family Matters. I have to say, I do see children. I do see, like, marriage. Children is a huge part of the influence that you gave to this person. So, for example, if this is an ex, like I said, or like they said, their next relationship will be more focused on that. Marriage, children, because they now see that as a possibility or something that they actually do want and should be more open to. And if this is someone that you are currently in a relationship with, this is definitely the next level. This is definitely what's going to happen next. A positive change, which is going to be marriage and or children. The road, the opportunity for that has now been open. The door for that has now been open energetically. And the universe is like, finally. So, pile number 2. Hey, what more can I say? You did what you're supposed to do. You did what you're supposed to do. You did that. So I thank you. And if you feel so inclined, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. But other than that, I will catch you guys next time. Bye. What is up, pile number 3? This is for those who picked the Soul Delight Stone. We're about to find out who's grateful for the impact that you've had on them. The cards that they gave us are the 7 of Wands. We also have Queen of Cups. I love this image of Queen of Cups in this deck. I love it. We also have the 4 of Wands. We have number 4, Heart Chakra. Beautiful. We also have the Deer. We also have number 88, Abundance. We have Honesty. We have In the Flow. And we also have this card that we'll get into later. So for you, pile number 3, it's not to say that I don't really get like a specific archetype of a person, right? The only archetype of a person that I'm getting is either a older feminine energy, whether it's a mom, sister, or a friend. But if it's not that, then it's definitely someone who maybe at one point in their life they were definitely like guarded, closed off, or you maybe felt like you maybe known them for a long time, but you never truly knew who they were, because they were very, very adamant about not necessarily opening up to people. But the thing about this, and I think this is something that maybe you've noticed about this person, or maybe they've told you, which I doubt, but I feel like you just noticed. This is someone who definitely, they like to pretend like they don't care what people think, and they don't care about connections, but they actually do. This is someone who I also feel like is often misunderstood, but that's because they don't necessarily give the people the opportunity to maybe get to know them, or maybe even bother to even say who they are, or tell people who they are, or even show people who they are. But the impact that you've had on this person is incredible. This is someone who is now, this feels like a spiritual awakening, actually. I think you could have definitely been the catalyst to the spiritual awakening. Maybe that's how, maybe you're very spiritual, but there could be maybe a significant disruption between you and this person's connection that really taught them that they need to open up. That they need to really and truly be open to the love that's given to them, so they can also receive it, and so they can also give it in a healthy way. But the change, it feels very, it's a very spiritual. This, like, what the impact that you made was, the impact that you made corrected so much karmic debt, because of, they've been closed off, they've been very, like, just not necessarily the most warmest person to be around. That was how they were for the majority of a lot of the past lives that they lived. And their soul wanted that to change this time. They needed that to change. And I think this lesson may have come in many other past lives, but this is the one time in which it was actually learned, it was actually received. For others of you guys, this could be like a new friend that you've met that maybe before you, they didn't necessarily see life in such a fun, vibrant way, or a life in a way where it's full of possibilities. This is someone who I feel also who could have maybe been at it, like they were so stuck in doing the mundane, everything, like life will always be black and gray, or black, like dull, and that's just how it is, when actually that's not how it has to be. So I kind of feel like they were stuck in their ways for a very long time, but you've inspired them to really change that part about them. It's not to say that they completely changed it. I'm sure there's a lot of other things about this person that's beautiful and that they can embrace and keep, but there were definitely a need to be more. There was definitely a need to be more warm and more free and more open. And also there's definitely some underlying spiritual development that occurred as well. So maybe this person also became very spiritual. Let's begin. We have the Seven of Wands. Peace. Peace. I'm not sure if this is someone who usually always takes out their anger on other people, or is always stressed about. This is definitely someone who I feel like was definitely like immersed in the 3D, as they should be, because we are spiritual beings, but we are living a 3D experience. But what I felt happened with this person was that they were too focused on that. There needs to be a balance. Just like you can't just be completely 5D, you gotta also be 3D. there was a lot of 3D. Like I feel like this person is constantly worried about, maybe physical, money, constantly worried about things that would only matter in the 3D. And that changed. They're at peace now. This is inner peace. This is despite what's going on, despite what other people may, bring to them, whether it's negative or indifferent. There's a sense of serenity, tranquility that radiates from within. This person now sees future with such a more positive lens. This could also be someone who's inspired by you to travel more, or even try different types of endeavors and things in life that they've always had an interest in, but maybe work never allowed them to, or maybe because society has taught them that you're an adult, you shouldn't do that, or something like that. But this is literally the cards of I don't care what people have to say. There's definitely been a heightened intuition that happened. This is spiritual. I'm sorry, I'm gonna double down on that. It was a spiritual awakening, spiritual development that occurred. And I think maybe you already are at that level to where something like this would happen. Yeah. And I think this is something that you could have also verbally told them as well, but maybe they never listened. That they need to open up more. They need to enjoy life, not just survive. We have Queen of Cups. Beautiful. The Queen of Cups is, first of all, it's love. It's besides the Empress, I would also say this represents love personified. This is also spiritual. This is when it comes to spirituality, when it comes to psychic intuition, the Queen of Cups is only second to the High Priestess. Definitely more connected with Source. Definitely more in tune with their spirit team and spirituality. There's a sense of freedom with this person. It's incredible. I don't know what you did, but I think we're going to get into that later as to some of the specifics. But this person feels like they owe everything to you. The change that you helped them bring about was something that they feel like they're forever indebted in you, or indebted to you. This is also someone who could have maybe struggled to really move forward in their own lives, like as far as like maybe this is someone who felt stuck in their career. This is also someone who could have been stuck in, maybe when it comes to love. There's a feeling of feeling stuck, and this is the key component to be moving forward. And in actuality, it was really, it sounds simple when I'm about to say it, but it's actually really difficult to achieve. But it was, for this person, a matter of just not caring and just going with the flow. And not necessarily like be worried about when is this going to happen, when is this going to finally come to the 3D, and when is, this job's coming, when will I be with my soulmate. Like, they stop caring about the specifics about those. They know it's coming, but they stop caring about the specifics and just going with the flow and really being in the present and enjoying the moment and enjoying life for what it actually is, not what it can become. That's difficult. You can't, not everyone can do that. That's like spiritual master level, to be able to live like that. And I have to say, if that's the impact that you've made on this person, I would have to assume that you've also made that type of milestone in your own life. So congratulations on that. It's incredible. You should be very proud of how far you came. And this person is also proud of how far they came as well, but they owe it all to you. The next card that we have is Four of Wands. So one of the ways that you've really taught them, this is once again freedom, as you can see with the two cards, or the two individuals in this card. Celebrating life again. I think you're someone who's very fun, and this is someone who was like, I don't know why they're making me, I never watched this, what I'm about to say, this play. There's this play called Wicked. I don't know nothing about that play besides it's related to Wizard of Oz, and I know there's two witches involved, the good witch and I guess the bad witch. This person is describing himself as like that bad witch, and you're like the good witch, and you really inspire them to really see life in such an amazing new way. And I see a lot. This could be someone that you've maybe. This person could have been someone who always denied invitations to go out, and you convinced them to go out. And that one outing could have changed their life, and I think they opened their eyes and saw life in a different way. I see celebration, I see parties, I see concerts, I see festivals that you could have attended with this person. This could be maybe a current good friend of yours or a best friend of yours. And what's happening as well, especially with the Queen of Cups, because they want me to go back to that, because of they're living life in such a bright, almost youthful way, that's showcasing on their appearance as well. They're starting to look younger, they're starting to feel younger. And the Queen of Cups is actually described as one of the most physically beautiful queens. And that's because, once again, they found a love for themselves and a love for life that radiates from the inside out. This is y'all two, though. Having fun, laughing, celebrating life for what it is. Life is also meant to be enjoyed, and I think somewhere along the line, this person forgot that, and you reminded them of that. But I think you didn't know that it would have such a impact to where a spiritual awakening would have occurred, or a spiritual enlightenment and development would have occurred. I love this. Number 4, heart chakra. It's open. It's wide open for them. It's wide open. Absolutely incredible. Because pile number 3, it's like I don't think you realize, you probably, matter of fact, I think you know. I think you know the impact that you've had on this person, but this is like light worker type of work. It's just more in a personal way. But essentially, I think this is the effect that you probably have on a lot of people, and what you will have on the world in some aspect or in some way, shape, or form. This person loves life now. This person is open to receiving love. This person is also and essentially more happier. I can see this person quitting their mundane job, no matter how much how stable it was, quitting their mundane job to really spend maybe a few months just traveling. And maybe it's because they see what you're doing, they see how happy you are, and they were inspired by that. We also have the deer. This is gentleness. Yeah, this was the equivalent of you just being able to crack that shell, that hard shell of theirs. And what's on the inside is the ooey gooey, warm fluffiness. So you've done what they would probably consider to be the impossible. And they thank you for that. This is someone who probably you've never once saw cry or be vulnerable, and now they do that. They're very much in tune with their emotions. The vulnerability that they display now is just so beautiful. And I think it's something that you also appreciate. I'm quite certain that this person has already told you this and really the impact that you've had. And if not, they will. There's just no way they wouldn't. Also, the beautiful thing about this type of transformation that you help bring about, we have the abundance card. The abundance is really speaking about love, but what this person will also start to see is that everything in their lives will start to progress now. That feeling of being stuck, it was like, it's not to say that they didn't have to do anything, because sometimes that is the recipe, but it was more so like they had to see it differently. They had to see life differently. And what's going to happen, I see if this person's not in a relationship yet, new relationship, if this person is, looking to find financial stability, money's coming in. And that's what would happen when you are in the flow. Excuse me. That's what would happen if you're in the flow of the universe. The universe is going to respond. The universe is rejoicing it. Like the spirits are rejoicing for this type of transformation, because this is all they could ever ask for. So I think you'll notice that this person's life physically will change with new partnerships, new love, and also new money. Honesty. So they're actually showing me in the image of the Queen of Swords, but in reverse. So that's my indication that they definitely had a hard time before. Definitely a hard exterior, tough exterior. They would rather show toughness rather than vulnerability. They may think it's a sign of weakness. But this is someone who's more open and more honest with themselves and with other people. It's like if you didn't know who they were before, you are now going to find out who they truly are. This is also someone who could have been not as accepting as to who they were before, but now they are. This is also an immense amount of self-love. They're almost referring to you like a master, like someone who's taught them. Like the student has now become the master is what they're kind of referring to. We have in the flow. The card states everything is smooth sailing. This person has achieved what everyone is supposed to achieve in this 3D experience, is that although we are in this 3D experience, we still have to have a balance of the 5D, in which we believe in the things that we can't see, believe in our own intuition and what's to come, but still live in the present and just still allow the universe and trust in the universe and your spirit team to guide you to where you need to be. this person has achieved that and is doing that. And it's more happier than ever. It's going to be a lot more easier to attract the things that they want, such as whatever they do for manifestation, whatever they are currently manifestation, it's going to be a lot more easier to bring that to fruition. I'm not sure if you're actually teaching them these things, but it certainly feels that way, because it almost feels unbelievable even as I describe it. Like from one person, like I'm not gonna say it happened overnight, but it certainly feels that way. Like it was like this type of development could sometimes even take years and years. The last card that we have. We have Spear, and it says heartache over what you have no longer have. Yeah, this is gone for them. This is gone. So what triggered that harder exterior was maybe a past relationship, or maybe there was a loss when it comes to finances or a job. But that's gone now. That she no longer has any attachment to that. She no longer has any attachment to things that kind of could be replaced, but also it's just the sadness and that type of emotional attachment. She's no longer giving it power. Pile number 3. I don't know what you're doing, but please keep doing this. I'm not sure if you're doing this professionally. Like I feel like you're a part of the family, but maybe in some other way. But this is really the impact that the universe wished everyone could have on others. It truly is. This is the model. This is the way this person is describing you is like, you're the model, you're the example that people need to follow. And as I said that, they're showing me the image of the Hierophant. So I have to assume that you could be doing this professionally in some way, shape, or form. Yeah. And if not, that's something they should definitely look into. Because this type of change and development is almost miraculous. Favorite pile of the reading? Absolutely. Pile number 3, thank you so much for all that you're doing and all that you continue to do and all that you will do for others and this world. So if you feel so inclined, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. But other than that, I will catch you guys next time. Bye. What is up, pile number 4? This is for those who picked the Black Tourmaline Stone. We're about to find out who's grateful for the impact you had on them. The cards that they gave us are the King of Cups in reverse. We also have the Temperance in reverse. We also have the 8 of Swords in reverse. We also have number 1, base chakra or root chakra. We also have the Butterfly. We also have number 33. This is communication. We have Success. We also have Grounding. And this card I will get into later. Okay, pile number 4. The first thing that they told me is that this person is looking for substance. So what that kind of indicates is that this person may live a very, I don't want to say superficial life, but basically a life that maybe is based off perception and images. I get to this person is actually very, very good looking. Very, very good looking. I don't know who this person is. It's coming across very masculine energy. It doesn't have to be a male, but this person is very, very good looking, and people I almost feel like this person is on Instagram. That's another thing. They're saying that this is someone who a lot of you guys communicated or may have met through Instagram or some type of social media, in a place where their image is at the forefront. Because that's the biggest thing. This person's very, very good looking. And I think this is someone who maybe on the surface feels like, you may think like, oh, this person has it all. Like they got, 500K followers. That person has a nice body, nice face, whatever the case may be. But deep down inside, no. It's quite the opposite. And I think not everyone knows that part about them. Not everyone gets to see that more vulnerable side, but you do, and they're 100% honest with you. What's also being highlighted is that the connection between you and this person, it feels like you guys are quite the opposite. I think this person is a little bit more sensitive, a little bit more introspective, and you're coming across as a little bit more fiery and someone who's a little bit more sure of himself and confident. You're coming across as that, and what's happening and what I'm seeing is the purpose of this connection is to really have some of who you are go into this person as well as some of who they are go into you, like an exchange of energies that are going to benefit the both of you guys. Yeah. Very sensitive, very emotional, but there's definitely a distortion of how they see themselves. Because they're like, yo, everyone sees me as, attractive, but I don't view myself that way. Let's begin. We have the King of Cups. I get the sense that for a lot of you guys, this is someone who you're going to be in a relationship with. Or just, and then when I say that, this is someone who's currently you're already communicating with, already know them to some extent. That's really the only example. I think the other slight thing that may be the case is that this could be an ex who is now in reflection about how your importance, how important you are to them as far as their own development. But that's very small. I feel like that's a small number of you. The biggest thing that I feel is that this is someone who you will potentially be in a relationship with. Because what's coming across is that King of Cups is naturally a nurturing person, but in reverse, that's not the case. And so what you're doing and what you're providing is you're actually giving them that type of nurture. But the thing is, you're coming across as like a lion, but instead of being ferocious and being like really showing your fangs, you're giving them the warmthness of your fur. If that makes sense. But like I see you guys, like they're utilizing, they're like they feel warm around you. Like you nurture them, and in your own way. Like I almost feel like a lot of you guys are just like, are you kidding me? Like you look at have you looked yourself in the mirror, or like have you shown, like, do you know how talented you are? Do you know the potential? Like I feel like you guys are talking to them in a way where like maybe a coach would, like, and maybe some people wouldn't necessarily appreciate that, but it's like tough love as well. And this person appreciates that because you're giving them the nurturing that it feels like they never received or they never gave themselves. Yeah. Um, I almost feel like this person could also be in another connection when you guys do meet, but it's based off the image that they portray. It's not necessarily who they are. You know what I mean? Like the person that they're with only knows them for the image that they portray and the persona that they put on, but you know the real them. So with you, they find some type of solace, some type of sanctuary where they can actually truly be themselves. And they have yet to experience that with other people's in their lives. Temperance. I also get the sense, before we get into this, I also get the sense that this is someone who is maybe successful or maybe popular in some way, shape, or form. I almost feel like the temperance card's here to describe that there is maybe an overcompensation for the lack of maybe honesty, honestly, because it feels as though they have to put a persona, they have to put a face, they have to, pretend like everything's all good when it feels like they're going through somewhat of a crisis, maybe identity crisis, or just a crisis to where they have some type of distortion about who they are and how they see themselves. It's like a lot of physical work as far as maybe their own physical body or their finances. I think this person has a lot to show for that, but it's the other aspect that hasn't really been paying too much time on, such as the emotional side. It's like, for example, masculine and feminine energies. The feminine energy or the masculine energy is more so action. The acts, it has to do with the outer world, when the feminine has more of the inner world, and that's what this person has yet to really develop in. But you're helping them with that. I kind of feel like this is someone that you're currently still talking to. Like, I think the connection is still there, and it's growing strong by the day. And once again, it's the balance that they are going to achieve with you. And I think you're going to receive the balance as well, because maybe there's parts of you that isn't as action-oriented, or maybe don't know necessarily how to attain a level of success. And this person will also show you that. So there's an exchange to where you both will achieve a level of balance. Baby, let's get into this. We have the 8 of Swords in reverse. It's in reverse, which is the great thing, but this is definitely someone who, once again, this person do not see themselves in the way that everyone else sees them. And I also feel like this person was once afraid to really show people who they are. Truly are. And this could be maybe a fear of losing followers, or I don't know what the fear would have been, but they've overcome that. They're definitely at their most vulnerable at this very moment, and I think you've allowed that you helped that to happen. Vulnerability, they maybe have once thought it was weak, but it's actually beautiful in this case. And I think this person is now starting to see that, is now being honest, being open, being true to who you are, and just really removing all those layers and all those false masks and fronts is where the true beauty lies, and where the true essence of who they're supposed to be, and being standing in that unapologetically and courageously. That's what the impact that you have, or that you're giving to this person. And once again, it's I think you're really reassuring to this person, like, oh, look how you look beautiful, or you're talented. Like, you're reassuring these things that are actual facts. It's just not you trying to kiss ass, but it's really actual facts. And they're like, nah, you're just saying that. Like, they don't know how to take a compliment. This is that person. And that could definitely be attributed to maybe childhood or past romantic situations as well, that definitely took notches down on their own confidence. We have the base chakra, root chakra. This is once again masculine energy as well. I have to say, I almost feel like they've mastered the 3D. I think they're very successful. I think they've also mastered, I think their physical appearance is very appealing to many people. Like that part of them is shining bright, and it's now time to really achieve the other part, which is the feminine attributes, such as. And what's funny is that there's a chance that this person could be a water sign, which should be quite natural for them to really dip into that feminine part of who they are. But like I said, I feel like there's been a lot of blockages that maybe the society has played a part, or maybe their upbringing has played a part. And that's the reason as to why it's kind of hard for them to tap into that, but you're making it comfortable for them to tap into that. Yeah, this is someone who definitely needs a little bit more of that 5D energy, and more so the how can I say? Because it's not to say that it's not there. It is there. Like, they definitely have the introspective part about them, but we just need more of it. That's all. But once again, this is someone who's definitely had a lot of goals that they've already achieved in the physical world. And they feel a little bit of a void. Something's missing. Substance as well. Something real. Because they feel like they live essentially a fake life. Maybe their career has pretty much demands them to be kind of fake or give a persona, and they want something real. They desire something real, and with your connection with them, it's what they feel is one of the few things that is truly authentic, and it's inspiring a change within them that maybe they don't even notice, but it's really going to bring about a new version of themselves that is more honest and is more open and true to who they are, and definitely more accurate when it comes to their own vision or own perspective of who they are. We have the butterfly. Now, I also associate this with feminine energy as well, because this is beauty. Once again, I feel like this person is actually very physically attractive, but I also feel like this person is learning that true beauty is not going to the gym every 5 days of the week or putting makeup on. That's not what true beauty is, and they're beginning to learn that through you, and through your connection with. It's a transformation that's happening, and I think it's very subtle how it's happening. But when it actually happens to where this person now notice how far they've come, they're going to be so grateful for you. This is emerging as a new version of yourself. And obviously, I think it's going to resonate on a level of beauty, such as, you're even more beautiful than before because of this. Because of this. I feel like a lot of people, this could be someone who could even be secretly in the LGBT. It's not to say that anyone deserves for them to be like, oh, I came out or something like that. It's not to say that people deserve that. That's just something that if they want to do it, they could, and if they feel inclined to do it, then fine. But I feel like that's just an example of a statement that could be made, and for them it will be very cathartic. It will be very empowering to them, because that would be beautiful. But once again, you are initiating this change for them. And I'm not sure if you're telling them like, yo, you need to be honest. You need to be real. I'm not sure if you're doing that. But it's like they're beautiful on the inside. I mean, they're beautiful on the outside. But the inner beauty would only, benefit them if they were honest with themselves and open with everyone else. Because I kind of feel like a lot of people don't know who they truly are in some way, shape, or form. Like, for example, like they said, it seems like this person could have a career that's very image-based, and a lot of times that could be very superficial. And I think this person just craves authenticity in some way, shape, or form, and they will seek it, whether it's consciously or unconsciously. And so what that also does is going to initiate a change within themselves. I'm also getting, once again, it's like a social media, I don't know if this person has a huge social media following or you and this person are communicating from social media, but that's what that is also. I'm getting that energy. I've been getting that energy throughout this whole entire reading. And at the very least, it could just mean that this person is it could just be a symbolism of image. This person has to put a image to really, maybe that's part of their job. But yeah. Next color we have is number 33. This is communication. I'll say this person loves speaking with you. Absolutely looks forward to it. I think maybe this is someone who, this is all they think about. Like they look forward to interacting with you. Once again, I'm getting social media. I don't know, either social media or you guys communicate very often. And maybe I'm getting like on a daily basis. There could also indicate that there could be a distance between you and this person, like a physical distance between you and this person, which could change. There's love here though. I'm not saying romantic love, but it's more so like this person loves you. Especially because of what you are, the impact that you are giving to them. But they definitely love the conversation that you have. They feel like it's enlightening. They feel like it's eye-opening. They feel like it's also instrumental in bringing them closer to a sense of authenticity. And that's very, very important to this person at this current time. I see where this is going though. I really do. Like, not as far as like you and this person, but just for this person's own personal journey. Like, I see them living a life where It's something that they actually do want to do as far as their career. They're going to be with people that they actually do want to be with, not just because maybe it's good for their image or it's good for the public. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. I kind of feel like this person may have a sense of, I think I said this already, like popularity or celebrity, because they keep showing me like images of celebrities, and I think that's indicating that a lot of celebrities have to have this type of duality, to where they have to put up a face, a front for the public, but then they go back to that sanctuary to where they can truly let down everything, put down everything, and really truly be themselves. And not many people have that, and I think this is the reason as to why this person's so drawn to you. You may just think it's just conversations and just us being friendly, but no, it's more than that. Oh, here we go. We got success. Yeah, this person is successful. I think they've already mentioned it. I forgot this card was even here, or at least I didn't really, like, once I read the cards, when I introduce the cards out, it leaves my brain until I actually get to it. But yeah, this person is successful, and they're in constant conflict because of that. Once again, I really feel like their image is their moneymaker. I don't know in what way, shape, or form. Maybe in whatever. Maybe they're a CEO and they understand how important it is to have an image and to be the face of the company. I don't know, but they're in conflict with this because they know that if they do become more authentic, it's going to maybe have an impact on their finances. They're constantly battling, like, yo, should I be more authentic? And it's an internal conflict. But it's crazy. They think it's going to make them lose money, but it's not. It's actually going to help them gain more if they be authentic and true to themselves and just unapologetically themselves, and whatever that feels like for them. Because they think they have to lose this part of their life if they go that route. And Spirit is saying, no, you can actually have all of what you want. They're showing me the image of the 9 of Cups. And I think this is maybe the message as to what you're also helping them see and realize. We have grounding. Go deep, explore your roots. So I feel like your connection is the connection between you and this person. It's, once again, it gives him a sense of comfort, of like, it's like a sanctuary, like an asylum for them to just really feel or really be themselves. But also I kind of feel like together you guys are really showcasing how beautiful the balance can be between masculine and feminine energy, as far as like being career driven, being driven to be financially stable, but also being vulnerable and being open to your own emotions, but also knowing who you are on the inside, and being accepting of that and embracing that part about you as well, in any way that you find, or in any way that you see fit. Together, you guys have achieved the balance that's needed, that everyone needs. But it's about time that you guys both can create that balance for yourself. And I think that's what you guys are doing within these conversations, really exchanging energies and really applying it to your own life. It's very comfortable. They're saying speaking with you is it feels good. And once again, they feel like it's something that they look forward to every time, or it feels like every day, really. And once again, it feels like everything's going well. Like, I think everyone looks at them and be like, yo, you have it all. But only you and this person knows that that's not necessarily the case. But there's definitely hope that will be the case one day. But the impact that you've made thus far has been monumental. And for that, they thank you for even providing a space for them within conversation or whatever it may be. Providing a space for them to really be vulnerable and truly themselves. And I think that's something that they're going to be doing in maybe a more bold and more grand way. But this alone is still good enough. The last card that we have is career. Yeah, there's something about this person's career that doesn't allow for that type of authenticity, that type of vulnerability. And this person either wants to change that, as far as change that part about that career, or really change their career in general so that they could be more authentic to who they are. Yeah. That's where it's leading. So, pile number 4, that's incredible. Thank you for all that you're doing. Even though this is probably not something that you even had in mind, but this is exactly the reason why I wanted to do this reading, so to let you guys know, like, yo, no matter how small, no matter how big, you never know what type of impact that you could have on others. And this is incredible. So, thank you. If you are so inclined, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. But other than that, I will catch you guys next time. See ya.